Hey Lynn, I'm Jay.
Hey Jay.
How are you?
I'm good, I'm good.
Good, so thanks for coming out to be part of the garage sale weekend here in Brooklyn Park.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about Lake State BBQ.
Well, Lake State BBQ, we started about 2 years ago. It's been pretty much a dream of mine to have a barbecue food truck.
Yeah.
I've been barbecuing pretty much basically all my life. I originated from Texas, Southeast Texas, so that's one of our big things. And I think we have some real good, authentic smoked brisket and pulled pork.
Yeah, so tell us about, there's different styles of barbecue across the country. You said you're from Texas. Talk a little bit about your style of barbecue.
Well, our style of barbecue is more of a, it's got more like a dry rub on it.
Okay.
It's not wet. Some of the other areas around the country's got like a wet barbecue. They put a lot of sauce on it. We put our sauce on the side.
Okay.
Because our saying is, our sauce is on the side because we don't have anything to hide. So we want you to get the real taste of the smoked meat.
Yeah. So do you have any specialties among your food offerings? Anything?
Our specialty is brisket.
Brisket.
And pulled pork.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. I lived for North Carolina in 7 years, and their barbecue is a little bit different. Vinegar based.
More of a vinegar base.
And mustard base.
Right,
Yep.
And then they had the coleslaw they put on top.
Yeah, that's right.
Which we do serve a Carolina style.
Oh, you do?
We put a little, if you want a coleslaw on top, we'll put some coleslaw on top.
Excellent. So you're here this weekend in Brooklyn Park for the garage sale, but how can people find where Lake State BBQ is located, throughout the spring and summer?
We do have a website and we also on Facebook.
Okay. And you all are from Brooklyn Park?
Yes, sir. We are from Brooklyn Park.
Yeah. So how long have you lived in the community?
We lived in the community about 4 years.
Okay. Excellent. And you've had the food truck for a couple years?
For a couple of years.
Yep. And who is your partner?
My oldest daughter, Amanda. It's a family-based business.
Okay.
So my daughters, all my kids, they help me with it. My wife does most of the scheduling. Gets us booked for different events.
Yep. And what types of events is your food truck at during the year?
We go to the breweries. We go to county fairs. We did Blaine garage sale.
Yeah.
Basically any event that we can get into. We're not really too picky.
Yeah. And this morning you're serving breakfast, but then you also serve lunch and
dinner. Right. We have, like I said, we have the full menu of chopped brisket, pulled pork, pulled chicken, street tacos, barbecue tacos, barbecue nachos, andouille sausage, and hot dogs.
Well, all that's making me hungry, so thanks for coming out today. I'm looking forward to trying some of your food.
Great.
Thank you. Well, welcome back. Here with Tim Pratt, another city employee. We're going to try out these great breakfast burritos from Lake State BBQ. So let's give it a try.
Okay. And we did go with the barbecue sauce to go with our breakfast burritos. That's good.
Really good. I want some more.
I went with the spicy barbecue sauce. Which did you go with?
Half hot, half mild. But yeah, it's really good. They make their own barbecue sauce here, so encourage folks to come check them out.
Tasty. Yeah, and it's it's not like an oral tortilla. It's like a pastry almost. It's a little lighter, and it's quite heavy. Egg, little sausage. I'd give it 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, very good. Excellent.
I'm G.I. Joe's food truck, and I've been around since 2017, so I'm in my second full season here, and just really enjoy serving the northwest suburbs. I go to businesses during the week and serve, places like Worth Adams and those businesses, help them serve lunch, and that's really fun to get to know them. And then on the weekends and at nights, I'm doing festivals and ball tournaments and things like that. So really keeping busy.
Very cool. So tell us about what types of food offerings.
Sure. G.I. Joe focuses on Americana. So we've got burgers, hot dogs, brats. We've got a wonderful Philly cheese that I call the Cobra, and so it's really good. Yeah,
Sounds really good.
Right.
Excellent. So you've been around, this is your second full year now, and I understand you're also a resident of Brooklyn Park. So how
34-year resident of Brooklyn Park. Seen a lot of great changes in our city, and happy to have raised my family and our kids here, and been a part of this community.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate you being a resident here for that many years, and now giving back to the community in this new way with your new venture as being a food truck. If people want to get a hold of you, what's the easiest way to get a hold of you for any events that they might have?
Absolutely. The easiest way is to go to gijoesfoodtruck.com, and I've got a nice website out there with all of my contact information right there. And I'd love to hear from the area businesses that want to have a food truck for their employees. We can set up some dates and have a good time.
Excellent. Well, thanks again for being part of
Jay.
this weekend. Thanks, Tom.
$8.
Well, I'm bragging about the G.I. Joe burger. So welcome back. I'm sitting here with Latonia Korean, the city's finance director and resident of Brooklyn Park, and we're going to try out some great food from G.I. Joe's. Let's give it a go. That's really good.
Delicious.
Excellent food. What did you get, Latonia?
I got the G.I. Joe burger.
And I got the
And it's
Cobra.
awesome.
And I got the Cobra. Very, very good. Encourage you to check out G.I. Joe's.
Hi, I'm Tim Pratt with the City of Brooklyn Park, and we're joined by Claudia Diggs, who is our
Neighborhood Relations Specialist.
there we go, and who has set up the garage sales. And this year you did something new with the food trucks. Tell us about that.
Yes. I thought we needed a little bit more of a draw for our garage sales. So I thought, Brooklyn Park does have food trucks. So I invited some of the food truck vendors to come and participate in it.
And what's the response been?
So the response has been great. We have 2 food trucks on location. We have State BBQ up at Central Park, and we have G.I. Joe's food truck here at Archer Trail Park. And they've also said that business has been great for them, they've told me, because I've went and checked on them a couple of times so far. Lake State was going to leave yesterday at 2 o'clock, but they decided to stay until 7.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Again, I'm Tim Pratt with the City of Brooklyn Park, and joining us now is Jason Newby, also with the city. So Jason, we were kind of ahead of the game here in Brooklyn Park in licensing food trucks. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was roughly in 2014, we amended our zoning code to allow for food trucks to operate freely within the city in all of our business districts. One of the unique things with that is Brooklyn Park is one of the few communities in the metro area that do allow that without a special event permit. So as long as they get the property owner's approval and they get a license from the city, they're free to operate year-round in all of our business districts.
And you said currently we've got 4 food trucks?
Yeah, currently in 2018 we've licensed 4 so far, including G.I. Joe's is one of those, and we have 3 more that have applied and put in application to operate shortly. So we'll have a total of 7 here.
And food trucks is just kind of one of the food-related initiatives we've got going on. Tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, we're working a couple projects. Our inspectors are out during their routine inspections, communicating with our local kitchens, our local licensed restaurants to see if they're willing to partner with some of our new food entrepreneurs, which a lot of those are food truck operators, needing commercial kitchen space to do some preparation of their menu items. It's typically a large hurdle for a new food operator to invest in a kitchen, and so we feel that partnering those food trucks with some of our existing businesses is a win-win for both our local existing businesses and our new food entrepreneurs that are coming to town.
So it's kind of hopefully a low barrier to entry to some folks who want to get into the food business?
Exactly, yeah. So trying to, get their foot in the door, sort of test out the menu and the truck itself, and finding a key location for them, in town is something that we're trying to do, in addition to supporting, the safety of the food, but also the success of the business as well.
Jason, thank you.
All right.
And we'll be right back.
I'm Antonio Smith, Youth Services Liaison and City Lead for Cities United. And we're here at the Marriott Hotel in Brooklyn Park for the Cities United Regional Convening. With me is Anthony Smith. Welcome, Anthony.
Thank you. It's always good to be in Brooklyn Park.
All right. So yesterday was day one for our regional convening. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions really about is there a message that you would have for cities interested in Cities United who may be of varying sizes, small cities, medium cities, and large cities? What message would you have for them?
Yeah, I think there's room for everybody in Cities United, right? Cities United really is about making sure that all of our young people are safe, healthy, and hopeful. And I think that's what every city wants for their young folks. So for us, we don't matter what size you are. We just want you to be a part of the movement and really join us in making sure that we're keeping all our kids safe, healthy, and hopeful.
Any advice in terms of starting points?
I would say for folks in your region, starting points could be first reaching out to you and getting more information, and your mayor, because I think you guys have both been super advocates for Cities United. But also they can look at our website, go to citiesunited.org, check us out on the website. But also they can give the office a call too and just say they want more information. Yeah.
All right, great. Thank you.
No,
Thanks
thank
again
you.
for being here.
Thanks for hosting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And now we're talking with Deputy Chief Mel Ron Kelly from Columbia, South Carolina. Welcome.
Thank you.
Listen, very appreciative. We're glad to have you here in Brooklyn Park. And just a couple questions for you. The first question is really about the relationship between recreation and parks and police departments.
Well, first let me say that thank you so much for the hospitality that's been shown to me coming in from South Carolina. We're known for our southern hospitality, but I'll tell you, Brooklyn Park is on top of that as well. Everybody's been great, and I just want to thank you publicly for that. As it relates to your question, there could not be a better relationship between police and parks. And it's so vital to the success of our young people. Not only our young people, but their families as well. There's an instant relationship there when you talk about your park staff and your community members. And now the police departments are coming into that, and we need the park staff's help in helping build those relationships. And I think that Brooklyn Park is a model with that, and we're hoping that we can even take some of those ideas back to South Carolina to set a national model for this. So it's really good.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Next question is really about how can police departments support this work?
So I think that in terms of really wanting to reduce crime, the fear of crime, and having safe and healthy communities, the police department has to be at the table with the communities when it's time to build those ideas around policymakers. We want those policies that impact communities in a positive way, whether it be police officers serving as mentors or as developing crime fighting strategies that affect communities. We need the communities to come to the table and help us devise those plans. The older way was the way that we came to a neighborhood and we enforced crime in a certain way. But now we're asking for buy-in from the community so we can go out and fight crime in a way that's inclusive of all people's ideas. So I think that is a great start, and that's what we hope to promote.
So policy-wise, any budget ideas that might be helpful?
Definitely. So what we did in Columbia, South Carolina, of course, our budget for the police department is mostly derived around enforcement. So we carved out a certain portion of our budget for diversion, community building, jobs for youth in the summer. I hire youth in the summer now to work at the police department, and just building those things around diversion and safe communities. Not so much enforcement actions. Of course, we have to buy those things, those vehicles and guns and things of that nature, but we really wanted to carve out a certain portion of our budget to really improve the lives of the people who mean so much to us, and that's our community members. So that's one thing I think that has taken off, and we really love it.
Deputy Chief Kelly, thank you so again.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for being here.
Again, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
All right.
Yep. And we'll be back. And we're back to talk with Prasad, Abdul, Rahman, who is from Louisville, Kentucky. He's actually the city lead in that city, as well as I'm the city lead here in Brooklyn Park. So I'm very pleased to be able to talk with you.
My pleasure to be here.
Thank you, man. Really wanting you to share with our community about some of the things that you're doing with regards to interdepartments and interagencies at the city lead level to kind of keep the work together and move it forward.
Sure. And you know, it's great being here with you all. And I think it's just important to say that a lot of the work that we're doing and a lot of the work that you're doing is very aligned, it's very connected, and it's happening along a very similar trajectory. And so when you think about some of the interagency or interdepartmental function, I think even starting that conversation by elevating how important it is that you have a cross-functional team within the city. And so it can't just be the youth development office, it can't just be the police department, it can't just be parks. It's got to be a truly representative coalition that's from the mayor's office to your public works, to your parks department, to your employment, or your economic development work. All of that has to be connected as to part of the violence prevention strategy. And everyone has to begin thinking about their work as violence prevention work. If you can reduce unemployment through a successful economic development strategy, that's violence prevention work. If you can successfully have your community centers and parks robust, where young folks feel like there are relevant activities for them to do there, that's violence prevention work. If you can have a strong youth employment program, if there are opportunities for employment through your public works department, if you can remove barriers for employment for individuals who have a justice involvement background, that's all violence prevention work.
Give me a couple of tips that you've used to get like community-based organizations involved in this work.
Sure, I think it's a similar framework. So the city, although we have tons of resources and people at our disposal, we're still a finite entity, right? And so you've got to be talking to your community partners who are doing mentoring, your community partners who are in the education space, all of these folks who are bringing a lot of different perspectives, your faith community, your philanthropic communities. You know, the importance of philanthropy in business is essential, that they see themselves as part of what increases and produces public safety. They all have a responsibility here, and we can all win. It's not a zero-sum game. No one is losing if we're all investing in young folks and investing in safety. And ultimately, those partners have to own parts of the plan. So how does business own a part of that plan? How does philanthropy own a part of that plan, or the faith community or nonprofits? They've all got to own parts of the plan to be able to say, this is what we're really doing to support all this work because we're going towards a common goal.
Again, thank you so much for being here at the Regional Cities United convening.
My pleasure.
That's it for this month's Brooklyn Park Now. We hope you enjoyed the show. Wait till next month for the next episode.